The biggest misconception people have about learning is that it's a one and done. But the truth is, you can graduate high school, you can graduate college, but you can never truly graduate from your personal development and growth journey. Now, take it from me. I was in school for 26 years straight. So when I started on my healing, my growth, and my professional development and personal development growth journey, I thought it would be like easy. I thought it would be like a streamline. I thought it would be read a book and then apply it and be done, right? I thought that I had all the things already mastered. But the more I dug in depth with my learning and with my growth, the more I realized that there were a lot of things that I didn't know. And the truth is, you don't know what you don't know until you start to learn it. And so while I thought this journey would be really short, I learned that there is no destination, that it's something that we're continuing to evolve and grow into. And I get more and more excited to learn each and every day. When I work with new clients, a lot of times they come to me with these big audacious goals and these things that are like tugging at their heart, and they're excited and inspired to do these amazing things with their life and to really create and live a life that they love. But the problem is they feel trapped and they feel stuck. And so today I'm going to share my S.W.E.A.T formula that helps you to identify exactly where you're trapped, but more importantly, to identify where you need to make the shifts to overcome that so that you can begin to live and design a life that you love. So S.W.E.A.T is an acronym to really help you identify what systems aren't working for you in your life, and more importantly, how to shift them so that they can begin to work in your favor. So the first letter in S.W.E.A.T is S, right? And that stands for surroundings. What is in your immediate surrounding? Who are you surrounding yourself with, right? Because research says that we are an average of the top 5 people we spend the most amount of time with. What's in your surrounding? Is your surrounding something that's pushing you to something greater or keeping you playing small? It's really imperative that you reflect on your surroundings to see if it's in direct alignment with where you desire to go. The W in S.W.E.A.T stands for words. The reality is our mind is the biggest factor in our success. You could have everything in place. You could have all the coaches, you could have all the systems, you could have all the strategies and the tools and the support and everything you need. If your mind isn't there, you're not going to get there. Research says that we have between 60 and 80,000 thoughts a day, with over 90% of them being negative. So guess what? When you have negative thinking, that plays out in your life. Therefore, it is so imperative that you begin to shift your thoughts. And I know that that sounds extreme. I know that it sometimes even can seem hard, right? But if we shift our thoughts, that really changes things at a higher scale, at a broader level. If we just expect that we just shift something on the outside, or we just hire that person, or we just attend that course, or we just read that book, or we just change one thing in our surrounding, if we don't shift our thoughts and our beliefs about it and our words, right? W for words, then we're never going to be able to make the adjustments and transformations that we really desire and deserve in our life. So it's imperative. Ask yourself, are your words pushing you closer to where you want to go or pulling you away from where you desire to go? And if they're pulling you away, it's time to call yourself out and start to make those shifts about it. So the next letter is E, and E stands for experiences. And here's what I'm going to say. It sounds extreme, but in order for us to really become who we want to be, we have to die to who we currently are to birth who it is that we want to be. One of my favorite words is to embody, right? When you think of your future, when you think of what you desire, you got to embody the person who already lives like that. You can't wait until you get there to live that out. You got to already have that ability to do it. You got to already know you can do it. And this begins with reflecting on what experiences are in your way. Are there past traumas or past beliefs or past situations that happened that you need to heal from to make room for new experiences, new beliefs, and new situations? Are there experiences that you need to allow yourself to go through in order to birth this new person? The reality is our experiences can either make or break us, and the choice is 100% yours. So ask yourself, what experiences do you need to overcome to make room for new experiences that will get you closer to where you desire to be? So the next letter, if you can't guess it, is A for actions. The reality is our life is a reflection of our actions. The day-to-day choices that you make, the day-to-day behaviors that you have, the day-to-day things you choose to participate in. Here's the thing. Take, for example, let's say you want to lose 30 pounds. You say you want to lose 30 pounds, but you go to the gym one time. How did that one action get you closer to where you want to go? So it's not just any action, but it's consistent action that aligns with where you want to be. So take a moment and look at your day-to-day lifestyle. Do your actions align with where you want to go? Do your actions push you away from where you want to go? What actions do you need to add into your daily routine to allow yourself to make room for creating this life that you desire? The quickest way to do this is to look back at your planner from a week before and say, yep, those actions are getting me closer. Nope, those actions aren't. Yeah, those actions really were helpful. Nope, those actions really took away from my focus or my success or my dedication or whatever it may be. Your actions play such an important role in this entire process. And unless you're willing to be honest about where you're at with your decisions and your actions, you're not going to be able to make the shifts and changes you need to create actions that align with where you want to go. So let me ask you, what actions are you already participating in that are getting you where you want to be? And what actions do you need to add into your life that help propel you into that future that you desire to create? And then finally, the last letter is T for taking in or consumption, right? What are you consuming? We do not realize that our brain is so vulnerable. And a lot of times we just rush through life and we don't realize that every moment we're taking in bits of information. And your brain is trying to cycle through which information is important, which information to throw out, which information to keep. And that information is what creates our beliefs. That information is what creates our experiences. That information is what determines our actions that we take. So let me ask you, what are you consuming? How are you spending your time? Are you consuming TV shows and books and conversations that are in alignment with what you want? Are you consuming material that confirms your limiting beliefs? Take a moment to really reflect on that. Research says that we waste at least over 2 hours a day on meaningless tasks. That's scrolling social media, watching and chilling, doing Netflix and Hulu or whatever it may be. And let me ask you, what would your life look like if you use that 2 hours that you're wasting? And maybe it's more, maybe it's a little less. Everyone's different. That's an average. But what would your life look like if you used that 2 hours to consume things that fed your spirit, that nurtured your goals, that pushed you in the direction of your success? Your life would change tremendously. So let's review. SWEAT, surroundings, words, experiences, actions, and taking in. These are the things, what you sweat. This is the thing that is going to prevent your success. Unless you get a handle and a hold on that, it's going to be difficult to progress past that. It's going to be difficult to align where you're at with where you desire to go, unless you're able to be vulnerable, transparent, and willing to put in the work to move past that barrier, to move past that obstacle. So what I'm going to allow you to do is take some time to reflect on what you sweat and why that's in your way. But more importantly, to ask yourself, if that sweat weren't in my way, if I didn't sweat that, what would my life look like? And as you process this, I challenge you to be honest. Real growth can't come unless you're honest, okay? It will require a lot of confrontation. It's going to require change. It's going to require dedication and discipline to not only work through this activity, but to actually make the shifts and changes that you need. But here's what I can guarantee. It will be so worth it. I've had clients that come in and just do the sweat activity alone and automatically are able to not only uncover where they feel trapped or stuck, but also start making massive shifts because they're able to move that barrier, that obstacle, that burden out of their way and make room for what it is that they desire. So go ahead, dive in, get started, really reflect on this, work through this, and start making those shifts and those changes that your future self is calling you to do so that you can begin to live a life that you desire and you deserve. So if you're looking for more tools to support you on the journey of really designing and living a life that you love, then you're in the right place. You can use the link below to sign up for a totally free strategy call with me, where we'll hop on the phone, we'll talk about your big vision, where you're stuck, what you desire, but more importantly, what I can do as a coach to support you with bringing this to life. When I say making this decision is something that your future self will thank you for, I wholeheartedly mean it. And I look forward to being able to connect with you really, really soon. Talk soon.